question was asked, okay, if someone were to leave here today, would you leave this piece correct? Answer by Ms. Demlo. Ms. Demlo, they presenting.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny, TMF INR. That MFer ain't real. That girl is, of course, the meme of the century. And still, nobody knows where she is. Maybe she's been disappeared by our government because our government isn't real. The people inside of our government are Muppets. They're lizard people. They're not real human beings. And we have the evidence for you here from a viral tweet this weekend. I tweeted, "People in Congress are on drugs," to this user showing this really creepy, extremely strange video of a congressional aide to Stacey Plaskett. You might recall Stacey Plaskett being the fake member of Congress representative from the Virgin Islands. She doesn't vote. She's not a real person. She doesn't have any power in Congress. She can't even cast a vote in Congress. She's like a delegate. She's called a delegate. Yet the Democrats put her up on these committees in order to go like a bulldog, like a bull in a china shop, to like scream and rant and rave, in order to try and like just throw a wrench into the committees. And she's got all of the intersectionality, hierarchy stuff. She's even said she wants to shoot President Trump live on TV, and there are, of course, no consequences. This is a person whose entire career has been brought to you by Jeffrey Epstein, and apparently she is also a controlled Muppet. We can see that here in this clip. There's a reason why it went viral. Check this out. Watch her aide directly behind her, the white girl, repeat her speech directly, word for word, and then correct her when she got a word wrong.
Administrative matters first. I wanted to introduce into the record page 55 from the committee's interview with FBI employee Roya Demlo, who you just spoke about, which took place on July 17, 2023. In that line, she says,
look at the mouth.
The question was asked, okay, if someone were to leave here today, were to leave this interview and were to suggest or imply that when you...
Wait, I got to stop here. Look at the eyes, okay? The eyes are the window of the soul. Look at these unblinking dead eyes. These unblinking dead eyes, like rolling back in her head, like a shark ready to bite on the side of a boat. Who the hell has eyes like that?
That it meant that the FBI had affirmatively determined in October 2020 that the laptop belonged to Hunter Biden, that the contents belonged to Hunter Biden, and that the contents had not been manipulated in some way. Would they be representing what you said, correct? Answer by Ms. Demlo. They would be representing what I said because I don't have much knowledge of that. They would be misrepresenting what I said because I don't have much knowledge of that. Because this committee likes to misrepresent or leave off complete sentences of what individuals said, I'd like to introduce this into the record.
Objection.
Thank you. And as to no comment by an FBI.
Oh my God. What if I did my entire show? What if I did every YouTube video? What if I was looking around like that during these? You'd call an ambulance. You'd call a doctor. But this is exactly what was broadcast. You can see here,
first. I wanted to introduce
on Fox News. You can see, I mean, this is not, obviously somebody added a little bit of music there. But what you're seeing is the Muppet nature of Congress. These people are Muppets. They have a hand up there and somebody going like this. Some little World Economic Fund, George Soros, CIA, deep state apparatchik behind Stacey Plaskett, super low IQ Stacey Plaskett, who is simply an organ of the state there. This is a minder. This is a minder to stand directly behind her and recite word for word what's going on. This is one of the most important videos ever produced because it shows you how it works. And look, she knows every word that is supposed to be, and look at how excited she is when she catches one word wrong. Is this person even a human being? TMFINR. Is this person not real? Is this a lizard person? No human being blinks like that. Doesn't blink like that, actually. Correction. And this is Stacey Plaskett, of course. This is the person. It's so helpful for Democrats to have these unelected fake members of Congress, because they can just act the fool in Congress and just throw wrenches into everything that Republicans are trying to do, and then get away with literal murder. They can get away with literal murder. We'll show you that, ladies and gentlemen, in just a second. Here's what people are saying on Twitter.com about this. Plaskett's aide apparently memorized her entire speech and lip-synced it as she read it, but the look in her eyes what concerns me the most. Yes, this is not the look of a healthy or normal person. Look at this person. Look at this. Stacey Plaskett said she wants to shoot Donald Trump. This is the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Get away with murder.
Trump not only have had the codes, but now having the classified information for Americans and being able to put that out and share it in his resort with anyone and everyone who comes through should be terrifying to all Americans. And he needs to be stopped.
Oh, okay. He needs to be shot. Got it. Okay. Try saying that about a leftist leader. We would never, because we're not cretins, and that's not in our heart. But these people are. And Stacey Plaskett is such an evil, venal lizard person. We can show you that, by the way. Maximum amounts allowed. How Jeffrey Epstein's political donations won him and his pedophile island a powerful ally. Who is that ally? Oh, it's old Stace. Old Stacey Mace. Stacey Plaskett. Pedophile protector. Court filings show how Epstein exerted power in the U.S. Virgin Islands, 2 of which he owned. He generously donated to politicians, including now fake Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett. His consigliere, when the island's first lady, helped him weigh in on sex offender laws. So this is like a fascinating thing. U.S. Virgin Islands, where Plaskett is from, doesn't have normal congressional representation. Like Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico, it has a non-voting delegate. She can serve on committees, but she doesn't have any ability to say whether the full House votes on a bill. Plaskett is solely in her job because, well, Jeffrey Epstein plunked lots of money into her campaign. One part of her job, however, is the same as that of every member of Congress. She's expected to fundraise. Democratic Congressional Committee, that year's campaign cycle, the committee gave her a target of about $250,000 to raise for the organization, which recruits candidates. Plaskett had a list of people to call for money. It included previous donors, alumni, and individuals who were interested in the same topics in the committee she sat on for the deposition. On that list was Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, yes. So Plaskett and Epstein, the convicted sex offender, having pleaded guilty 11 years earlier for soliciting sex from a minor, law enforcement separately concluded that sexually abused underage girls in Florida, so on and so forth. Plaskett had absolutely no problem taking his money and also weighing in on sex offender laws in the Virgin Islands. Epstein weighed in on the overhaul of sex offender laws, considering putting lawmakers on retainer as he made Customs Office look for other ways by simply buying all 78 members turkeys for Thanksgiving, a court filing says. Plaskett, though, was focused on hitting her $250,000 goal. A $30,000 donation was feasible. Asked for Epstein. He had donated generously to Democrat politicians in the U.S. Virgin Islands for years. In exchange, recent court filings, he got $300 million in tax incentives. Oh, man. And was able to fly girls onto his islands without batting an eye, along with Bill Clinton and Bill Gates. Plaskett had taken Epstein money before for her own campaign. Earlier that year, Plaskett sent an email to Epstein's lawyer inviting the pedophile to a fundraiser for her campaign, saying she'd be grateful for Epstein's support. Oh, my. Oh, my. Epstein responded just 2 minutes later in his typically typo-marred prose. He wrote, "Get maximum amounts allowed." Oh, got it. Okay. Maybe there's a reason why. It's always these people that yell the loudest in Congress that have the most to hide. Rep. Kamek, who's an absolute patriot from Florida, actually called Plaskett out to her face for taking filthy Epstein money. Check this out.
The ranking member said she was deeply concerned about the affiliation, and we seem to have a guilty by association theme going on here. And so I just have to state for the record that I myself am deeply concerned about the affiliation of the convicted sex trafficker, Jeffrey Epstein, of which the ranking member took campaign donation money from. So I think that's the beauty of the First Amendment, is that we have a right to say what we want to say, but we also have the right to be offended. So I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, that's right. So the dirty pedophile protector, adjacent sex trafficker, Stacey Plaskett, had the temerity to call Matt Taibbi and Michael Schellenberger, who released the Twitter files, just in case you're wondering if Stacey Plaskett is herself a state-owned object. She went so hard after these two New York Times best-selling authors and prestigious journalists. She called them so-called journalists. Now, what is interesting about this, and this just made me so happy, Stacey Plaskett is a so-called delegate, according to Wikipedia. Wikipedia calls her a so-called non-voting delegate from the Virgin Islands. Hysterical. Stacey Plaskett screamed then in a rage to her lib friends at Wiki, and they scrubbed that language from her page, saying that she is now simply a non-voting delegate, not a so-called delegate. The before and after of the screaming phone call from Plaskett. We will always have this video, though, Stace. Good old Stace. Somebody ask Stacey Plaskett. Somebody needs to check in on her finances. How much money did she actually get from Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein was clearly a deep state asset. Maybe it's time for us to look a little bit more into Stacey Plaskett. Maybe we need to investigate where did the Epstein money go. Stace, where'd it go? What did you know and when did you know it about what Epstein was doing in your little Virgin Islands districts, non-Virgin Island districts? After Epstein was done there, you sick, degenerate freak. And why don't you learn your own speeches and stop having your deep state handlers recite them for you, you creep. Man, I love ripping Congress. These people are so awful. They're dirty communists, and we're here to end communism. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. God bless you. It's your boy Benny. See ya.